Welcome back. I'm Jeremy from Desert Tsunami, and this is going to be the first actual tutorial in this RPG Maker MZ tutorial course, I guess we'll call it. So, you've already got an RPG Maker MZ, and you've opened it up. This is the first thing that we see. We need to start a project folder. So, what we're going to do is come up to File, New Project, and this window is going to pop up. So what we're going to do here is we are going to name our project, tutorials, and then we will name the game. We can actually name the game later, so we're just going to leave this tutorials for now. But before we hit OK, let's do something first. Let's close this, open up our File Explorer, navigate to where you want your project to be. Once you're there, click on New, Folder, name this folder, and just hit Enter. Okay, let me go on and minimize this. Let's come back up here to File, New Project, Tutorials, we'll leave this the same, and next we're going to hit Choose. Go on and hit Choose, navigate to where your folder is, select your folder, and just hit Select Folder. After that, hit OK. Okay. Once the engine has copied a bunch of stuff over, this is what we're going to see. Now, we're going to go over the whole UI here. Everything up here on top, how everything up here is correlating with the things in this menu bar, what's going on over here, this middle part, and what's happening down here. Okay. Up here on top, we've already gone through File. This is where we make our new project. But what we really want to focus on here is deployment. We're not going to get to deployment for quite some time, so let's leave that alone for now. Next, we have Edit. This is going to be where you'll find your copying, your pasting, your deleting, all the typical things that you'd find in most programs. Next, we have Mode. Now, RPG Maker MZ has two modes, Map Mode and Event Mode. Let's switch over to Map Mode. If we look at the menu bar just below here, we see Map Mode and Event Mode. We can click on these two to switch between the two modes, or you can come up here to Mode. Next, we have Draw. These are all the tools that we're going to use to make our maps. We can also find these tools right here. So we've got our pencil tool, our rectangular tool, our circular tool, our fill tool, and our shadow tool. Let's come back over here to pencil for now. After that, we have our layers. We've got 4 layers. Automatic is a mode that will allow the engine to choose which part of your map goes where, but if you want more control over that, you've got layers 1 through 4. Those can also be found right here. If you see all 4 of the layers lit up, that's automatic mode. Then we've got layer 1, think of this as your background mode, or your background layer. Layer 2, it's kind of like background but not quite. Layer 3, this is your middle ground. This is where your characters and most of your NPCs are probably going to live. And then you've got layer 4, your foreground mode. This is your topmost layer. Next we have our scale. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, or you can go to actual size. For this series, we're going to call actual size 1:1. We can also see these right down here. We've got zoom in, zoom out, or 1:1. From here we have our tools. We've got our database, our plugin manager, sound test, event search, resource manager, character generator, and options. Let's click on options real fast. And here we can change what our transparency looks like, if you want the map grids on and off, your UI. So if your UI is really bright right now and you don't want to deal with that, come here to theme and click on dark. I highly recommend you don't do the high contrast ones unless that's your jam. I'm going to say OK. But everything that we just saw in here is also right down here. We've got our database, our plugin manager, our sound test, our event searcher, our resource manager, and our character generator. Let's look at the resource manager real fast. We're not going to be using this in this series. I'm going to show you a much better way, in my opinion anyway, of managing your resources. Next, we have game. The big thing to pay attention here is your playtest, which also shows up right here. We also have our open folder. So if you've lost where your game is, like you've opened up RPG Maker, it's popped up, but there's something in your folder that you need to grab or switch around, if you click on open folder, this is going to open up your project folder. And last we have help. It's got some tutorials in here. We've got the official site. Contents, this is going to give you the nitty-gritties of the engine. A lot of this stuff we'll go through in this series actually. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's come over here to the left. This side, at least the top part, is going to change depending if you're on map mode or event mode. Let's look at map mode. When we're on map mode, we've got our tile sets up here. We're going to go through this a little bit later. Right below here, we have A, B, C, and R. Now, these tabs are just letting us know what we could use in this map that we're making. These B, C, we can also go to D and E as well. Alright, so basically they're just object tabs. A acts as your floors, your walls, things like that. R is your regions. We're not going to go over the regions in this video, but these are incredibly powerful and we will be going through them throughout this series. Let's switch back over to A. Below here, we have our map tree, and below there we have our map tree tab and our quick access tab. Let's come back over here to map tree. The map tree shows us all the maps that are in our game. So right now, since we only have the one, map 001, that's all that shows up in here. If we want to gain quick access to this, say we're doing a lot of work at once and we don't want to go all the way through our tree because we have 40 or 50 maps, we can right click on whatever map it is we want and go to add to quick access. If we switch over to quick access, we're going to see those maps in here. If we don't need a map in the quick access tab anymore, we can right click on it and go to delete or remove from quick access. If we remove it from quick access, that doesn't mean that we've deleted our map. Let's come back over here to map tree. Our map is still here. So it's just deleting it out of our quick access list. Alright, let's move over here to the lower right hand corner. The first thing we see down here is going to be our map name and the size of our map. We're actually going to go through this during this video. Next, we see the zoom of this map. So right now it's at 100%. If we zoom in, it's going to change. You probably just saw some numbers popping up to the right of the zoom. Those are the coordinates of the map. While we're on the map mode, these change. If we switch over to event mode, first of all, we have a grid on our screen. That's letting us know we're in event mode. And if we click on one of those grid squares, that number is going to pop up and stay there, so long we have that grid selected. So right now we are at 5.3. Let's come back over here to map mode. Additionally, in map mode, this is going to tell us what layer we're in. So right now we're set to automatic. If we come up here to the layers and we switch our layer, it's going to tell us we're in layer 1. So this is a really quick way of figuring out where we are, what we're doing, or you can look up here and see what's highlighted. Okay, that's pretty much the UI, but let's have a little bit of fun. Let's make a new map. We're in map mode. I'm going to actually right click on Tutorial and go to New. It's going to open up this dialog box. I don't know why this is here, but it's kind of driving me up the wall. Can we? Okay, we'll just leave it here. The first thing we have here is the name. Please name your maps. This is going to be important. So I'm going to call this the debugging room. I'll explain the importance of this later. The display name is going to pop up whenever your player enters that map. If you don't want this to be displayed, there's no reason to put anything here. The tile set is what we can use to make this map with. So if we click on this, we're going to have a bunch of preset tile sets. We can change these around or we can make new ones. I'll show you how to do that a little later. We're going to click on outside for now. To the right of our tile set, we have our map size. Right now it's 17 by 13, so 17 grid units wide by 13 grid units high. I'm going to change this to a 20 by 20. Give ourselves a slightly larger map. The scroll type, we don't need to worry about this just yet, but we will get to it eventually. Same with the encounter steps. Right now, this is just our debugging room, so we don't need to worry about this. The rest of this stuff we will get to a little bit later. Down here, we've got our parallax backgrounds. This is useful if you're going to be doing parallax mapping or if you need a particular background because you've changed the camera view. Now you can't change the camera view the way you're thinking, like just moving the camera around. It's just more of the perspective that your map is on. Next, we have our notes. If you have any notes or reminders that you want to add to this map, you can put them in here. Only the developer will see these, not the player. And then we have our encounter steps. This is something that we're going to deal with a little bit later as well. Once we're done, we're going to say OK. Now we have a totally blank map. Now the map is a little bit bigger than our screen, so let's come up here to our zoom out. Zoom it out just a bit so we can see the whole map. And let's lay down some grass. So over here in our tile sets, we're going to select the grass. I want the whole thing to be grass, so let's click on the fill and dump that in there. Next, I need a building. So I'm going to select the wall, and I'm actually going to use the square tool. I'm going to draw myself a little wall. I'm going to say, let's do a 2. Yeah, let's do 2 high. Next, we need some kind of roof. Now, they don't really have roofs in A, but if we come over here to C, we will see a bunch of roofs. I'm going to choose this wooden roof here. I'm going to select this one side. Now, this is going to be important. If you drag and click, you can select multiple tiles. But make sure you know what tool you're on. We've just kind of messed that up a bit, didn't we? We also have to make sure we're on the correct layer. So let's click back to auto layer and let's click on the pencil tool. There we go. Let's grab that right side, click on there. Then we're going to grab this middle side and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to drag it through. Now we have ourselves a nice little building. Let's give ourselves a door. This door should work just fine. We'll place it right here. And maybe I need a path. So let's come back over here to A. I'm going to come back up here to the grass, grab this guy, and just kind of drag it along. Alright, we have ourselves a decent looking map. It's good enough for a debug room. So right here is where we're actually going to end this part of the tutorial. We will go deeper into map creation a little bit later in another tutorial, but for now, play around with this. Have some fun. Watching videos is great. Experimenting is going to be even better. Alright? So, with that said, we're going to end this right here. And remember, keep playing and keep creating. Until next time.